Welcome to The Quiet Cabin Reader. Tonight's story is gentle and spacious, designed to help your body recognize that this time is yours. Get comfortable, set your volume low, and let the cabin envelop you in warmth and safety. The cabin feels especially open tonight. Not larger, not brighter, just unoccupied in a way that invites settling in, as though the space itself has cleared room for you to arrive fully. The fire burns low, steady, unconcerned with performance. It offers warmth without asking for attention, the way something reliable does when it knows it belongs. There is nothing waiting to be accomplished here. No task lingering in the corner of the room. No expectation hovering in the air. The chair by the fire holds its place patiently. It does not signal urgency or purpose. It exists simply to be used or not. The floor beneath you feels solid and unmoving. It carries weight easily. It does not mind being leaned into. This is a place where effort is not required. Your body may begin to recognize that now. Not all at once, not dramatically, just in small, almost unnoticeable ways. A breath lengthens, a muscle softens, a familiar tension loosens its grip without needing explanation. The cabin does not rush this process. It understands that rest cannot be forced. It arrives when it feels safe enough to do so. The air is warm but not heavy. It moves slowly, as though it has nowhere else to be. You may notice how little you are being asked of in this moment. No decision needs to be made. No response needs to be formed. No part of you needs to stay alert or prepared. This time has already been set aside. It belongs to you. The fire gives a quiet sound as it settles, then returns to stillness. Nothing about it asks for concern. The room feels confident in its ability to hold you, and your body, perhaps more than your mind, understands that this is enough. Thoughts may still appear. That's all right. They do not need to be solved or followed. They can pass through the space the way sounds do, briefly, without leaving a trace. The cabin does not hold on to what does not serve it. Neither do you need to. There is a sense here that nothing is being taken from you by resting, that this time is not indulgent or wasted. It is necessary. The kind of necessity that doesn't announce itself, but supports everything else quietly. Your worth is not measured here. It does not rise or fall based on productivity or effort. It simply exists, steady and unchanging, like the warmth in the room. The fire continues its quiet work. The cabin remains open and still, and rest begins to find its way in. Everything remains calm and unhurried. The space around you feels settled now, not arranged, not prepared, just comfortably claimed, as though the cabin has quietly adjusted itself around your presence. The fire continues to burn low, offering warmth without fluctuation. It does not need tending. It does not require attention. It has learned how to sustain itself through the night. The room feels confident in that steadiness. There is a sense that nothing more needs to be added to make this moment complete. No sound needs to be filled. No thought needs to be resolved. No part of you needs to remain alert. This time has been carved out gently, without force or urgency. It exists because it is needed. The floor beneath you feels solid and dependable. It carries weight easily without shifting or strain. The walls hold the warmth evenly without drafts or cold edges. The cabin is doing its part. Your body may notice that now. How little effort it takes to remain here. How unnecessary it feels to keep holding tension that no longer serves a purpose. Muscles release without instruction. Breathing deepens without planning. The body remembers how to rest when it is allowed to. There is no expectation that you should be anywhere else. Nothing outside this space is pressing in. The night has taken care of that. If thoughts about tomorrow appear, they do so fleetingly, softly, without urgency. They drift through the room like distant sounds, not close enough to require engagement. They will wait. Everything important will be there when rest is complete. For now, this time belongs entirely to you, not because it was earned, not because it was justified, but because rest is a necessary part of being human. The cabin understands this without explanation. It offers its quiet agreement in the way it remains still, steady, and warm. The fire continues its gentle glow. The room stays calm and open, and the body settles more fully into the support beneath it. There is nothing more to attend to, nothing more to prepare. The space holds itself, and rest deepens naturally without effort. The cabin feels familiar now, not in a way that feels repetitive, but in the way safe places do. Recognizable, dependable, unconcerned with impressing. The fire burns as it always has, low and steady. It does not change its behavior based on who enters the room. It does not require acknowledgement. It simply provides warmth. There is something reassuring about that. A sense that nothing here needs to be earned. The chair by the hearth remains exactly where it was left. It does not ask whether you deserve to rest in it. It does not evaluate how the day went. It receives weight easily. The blanket nearby is warm before it is touched, as though it remembers what it is meant to do. The cabin has learned the art of sufficiency, nothing excessive, nothing lacking, just enough. Your body may notice this before your thoughts do. A sense of settling, of being allowed to stop holding yourself upright. You do not need to justify this pause. You do not need to explain why rest is needed. The need itself is enough. Breathing becomes quieter here, not because it has changed, but because it no longer needs to announce itself. The muscles of the face soften, no longer preparing for expression or response. The jaw releases its habit of holding. The shoulders remember how to drop. This is not something you have to do. This is not something you have to learn. It happens when the environment feels trustworthy. The cabin offers that trust without condition. Any thought that arises about what should have been done differently today is allowed to pass through without acknowledgement or engagement. The night does not require reflection or correction. It is not interested in improvement. It is interested in ease. You are not being evaluated here. You are not being measured here. You are not being compared here. You are simply being allowed to be exactly as you are without adjustment. The fire remains unchanged. The room stays steady, and the night deepens gently without pressure. Everything needed has already been taken care of. The night feels especially forgiving now, not indulgent, not permissive, just spacious enough to allow things to soften without consequence. The fire remains unchanged. It does not grow brighter or dimmer. It does not react to the passing of time. It simply stays. There is something deeply reassuring about that kind of presence. The cabin feels settled into itself, as though it knows that nothing needs to be proven here. No one is keeping score. No one is evaluating how well you are resting. The chair continues to hold its place. The blanket continues to offer warmth. The air remains calm and untroubled. Everything needed has already been provided. Your body may notice a growing sense of heaviness now, not the weight of fatigue, but the grounded feeling that comes when there is no longer a need to stand straight and tall. This heaviness is safe. It does not pull you down. It supports you where you are. There is no requirement to improve or change in this moment. No expectation that you should feel different than you do. Whatever state you arrive in is already enough. The night does not ask you to be more relaxed than you are. It does not ask you to be better at resting. It allows exactly what is present. The mind may begin to loosen its grip here, letting thoughts blur at the edges, no longer sharp or distinct. This is not something you need to encourage. It happens when effort is no longer required. The cabin holds this letting go quietly, without commentary or instruction. The fire gives a small sound, barely noticeable, then returns to stillness. Warmth remains constant. Time feels less linear here. It stretches gently, no longer divided into moments that need to be tracked. The night does not hurry you. It does not move ahead without you. It stays. There is a growing sense that you do not need to carry yourself any longer, that you can be held without explanation, that you can take up space without justification. The cabin offers this understanding without words. The room remains steady. The fire remains low. And the body settles into a deeper layer of ease. You are not required to do anything more. You are not expected to be anything other than what you are. The night holds you gently, without condition, and rest arrives quietly in its own perfect time.